welcome to Track Talk, where every track tells a story. You know, some stories in country music are too big to fit inside a song. And the life of Hank Williams I is one of them. Most folks today know Hank as the voice that built modern country music, the man who gave us Your Cheatin' Heart, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry, and Cold, Cold Heart. Songs that cut so deep you'd swear he wrote them sitting right beside your own heartbreak. But behind the legend was a real man, a man who struggled, who hurt, who battled demons most of us never saw. Back in 1952, Hank Williams was sitting on top of the world. He was the Opry's biggest star, selling records like wildfire, filling dance halls, and changing country music forever. But at the same time, his drinking had gotten worse. His health was slipping, and the pressures of fame, they were squeezing him from every side. The grand ole Opry, the home of country music, depended on artists to show up on time, week after week. Because remember, this was a live radio show, no do-overs, no second chances. And Hank, he started missing shows. Sometimes he didn't show up at all. Sometimes he showed up unable to perform. And every time that happened, it threw the whole Opry program into chaos. Finally, in August of 1952, the Opry made the heartbreaking decision. They banned him. They told him he could come back if he got sober. But that day never came. The world never really got to see Hank Williams Sr. at peace. Just a few months later, on New Year's Day of 1953, Hank died in the back seat of a baby blue Cadillac. He was only 29 years old. The official cause was heart failure. But the truth is, it was a mixture of painkillers, alcohol, and a body that had been pushed way too hard for way too long. Even though he was gone, his music didn't stop. If anything, it grew bigger. He became the first artist ever elected to the Country Music Hall of Fame. His songs inspired every generation that came after him, from George Jones and Merle Haggard to Alan Jackson, Randy Travis, and even modern country artists today. But here's something most people don't know. The Opry never reinstated him. Not after the tributes, not after the awards, not even after his impact became impossible to deny. His family begged for it. Fans from all over the world signed petitions. There was even a movement called the Reinstate Hank campaign. But the Opry has always held to the same answer. Hank Williams Sr. never returned to the Opry in his lifetime. So they won't restore what he technically lost. Now, whether you agree or disagree, one thing is certain. Hank didn't need reinstatement to be country music royalty. He didn't need permission to be a legend, and he didn't need a title to change the world. Somewhere between the pain, the poetry, and the raw truth of his voice, Hank Williams Sr. became something bigger than the Opry stage. He became the heartbeat of real country music, and maybe that's why his songs still hit us the same way today. Because Hank sang what he lived. He carried the weight so the rest of us could feel the song. So the next time you hear that lonely voice drifting out of an old speaker, remember the man behind it. A genius, a troubled soul, a storyteller who gave everything, maybe too much, just to be heard. Hank Williams Sr. may never be reinstated by the Opry, but he'll always be reinstated in our hearts. Thanks for listening to Track Talk, where every track tells a story.